Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. And as you guys can see, and probably read from the title, you guys can see that we do have a new aircraft. We have finally got the JarDesign Airbus A330. We just got this aircraft. It was only 19 bucks on the org store from $60. From $60 down to $19. That is an absolute deal for me. I definitely took the chance when I saw that. This is the aircraft I was about to buy next anyways on my list, and as you guys can see, we are, as you all know, it's the month of October, breast cancer awareness. We are rocking the Delta breast cancer awareness livery for the A330. I did not make this livery, but it is a very, very good looking livery. I absolutely love it. It looks amazing. So we're going to be our call sign Delta 18. We are flying offline, we're not flying on VATSIM, and this is another video on me learning this aircraft. This is going to be my first time ever starting up this aircraft, ever pushing a button on this aircraft. I haven't pushed one single button yet on this plane, and I think it'll be fun. We'll see where we go. We'll see how good we progress with this aircraft, and we'll see how this aircraft is all around. So we're going to go ahead and head on to the cockpit, and we're going to get these guys, they're already finished loading up. They go through animations of like loading the aircraft, and they're basically done. That's the reason why you don't see the loaders loading anything, because they're basically done. However, the fuel we need to load, and we'll get the doors closed, we'll get the catering service and the loading services away from us, and yeah, we'll get ready to get on out of Los Angeles. Alright, so just getting the aircraft started up here. I was just reading through the checklist, and we're getting as far as the APU, and APU is coming alive now. We're going to wait for the APU to become available, and then we'll switch to APU power. I already went through the first part of the cockpit preparation, basically the boring part, batteries, figuring out some new buttons, some new switches and everything. But for the most part, APU is starting up here, and we are now available with the APU. APU should be running now, and we can continue down our checklist. So proof and window heat, we are, it's not cold outside, so we're not going to really worry about that. It says prove, but it's supposed to be probe. That's typo on there. And we'll go ahead and actually just enable it just in case. We'll go ahead and do that. APU bleed will be coming on. And the air conditioning has no white lights and smoking, or signs of no smoking. And no smoking will be coming on. I guess that's the only thing for right now. So the smoking, where were those at? I think those are right there. There they are. We're going to turn those on. Alright, no smoking is on, and we'll wait for the seatbelt signs in a later time. Okay, emergency exit lights will be we'll go ahead and arm those. I'll put those, whoops, a little bit too far in the arm position, there we go. Turn cockpit to normal, so that's basically here, that's already set to normal. Cockpit's normal, and cabin is normal as well. We are good there. Turn ADRS IR1 to nav mode, so it's going to be up here. So same exact position. Oops, I'm going to set that to nav. Very, very, very touchy on the switches there. We're waiting for the on battery to turn off. There's that. And then we're going to get the IRS2. Switch that to nav. Well, same thing, we'll wait for that battery to come off. And we'll switch it to the IRS3 to nav mode. Alright, good. We'll get on here to the radios. We'll go and get those switched on. Both radios are switched on. We're going to go and switch on over to 122.8 for Unicom, even though we're not flying on VATSIM, but it's a force of habit by me. Weather radar we are not going to have on. We don't want to turn on the weather radar just yet, for obvious reasons. Turn floodlight, we're not going to worry about that. Floodlight is just basically this here. It's just those lights there, so we don't need those. However, we will turn up these lights here. And I think that's all of them. Yes, it is. Alright, light ceiling on both sides. Let's go and make sure. So light ceiling, we gotta figure out what those are, or light both sides. I don't know exactly where that is. I think that's over here, it looks like. Light ceiling. Not sure what that does, but we'll go and leave that on. And then what was it, okay, light ceiling is both on. Okay, so it's just both sides need to go on. It's not, I don't think that's required. I think that's just optional, but we'll go and follow the checklist, make sure, just to also help us go through everything. Okay, turn intake light on, that's already turned on for us, and flood light, we're not going to worry about that. Okay, set data and fuel, enter data into MCDU, so we're going to go down here to the MCDU, and we need to set that up as a camera, because I actually don't have that camera set up. So let's go down here and set up our camera position on the CDU. Bring it in a little bit more. So new to this plane, I have to set up the camera, so let's go and hit Control 1, and that's going to be our MCDU. And we're going to do this exactly like how we do the JarDesign A330. We're going to enter in these numbers here. We're going to go back here. We're going to enter in our from and to. So we're going from KLAX, and we're going to be going to KSFO. We're going to pop that in there. We're going to align the IRS, and we're going to do flight number as DAL318. So far, I do love the response of like for the frames and whatnot of this. It's really well, really well done. Our cost index is going to be 10, very light, and we're going to wait for our cruise altitude. So we're going to go to the flight plan page, and we're going to enter in LAX. So we're going to go departures. We're going to be taking off, I believe, on, whoops, I believe we're going to be departing on 24 left. Oh, no, excuse me, 25 right. So we're going to be departing on 25 right. Let's go and find 25 right. And we're going to be on the dark one departure. We're going to be on the Stoke transition right there, and we're going to go back to flight plan. We're going to insert that, and then we're going to go back. We're going to go into San Francisco. We're going to enter in our approach. We're going to be ILS 28. We'll choose 28 right, and we're going to be on the Surfer to arrival, on the Surfer transition as well. So Surfer transition, Surfer to arrival. And we're going to be on, I believe it is, we're going to choose Archie for now. And no approach transition there. So, or I think that's approach transition, yeah. So we will have that. We'll go back to flight plan, we'll insert it, and we'll go down, and we'll clear up any discos. So like right there, we'll go ahead and go to the clear button, we'll set that there, insert that. And make sure we have no more, and we're good to go. So let's go back up to the very top. So to Docker, we're RNAV Docker, so we're just going to set it there. And we're going to go to performance page, we're going to set our V speeds. And we're going to set our flex to 4.5. We'll see how that performs, how my magical number of 4.5 performs on this aircraft. And we're going to make sure that phases here are all good to go. So it looks like they have routes, they have waypoints, they have numbers, and that's how I know. For those of you that are wondering, like, why do I do that? That is how I know where we go. So we're going to go to the inner page. We're going to set our cruise altitude. Our cruise altitude is going to be at 360. It's going to be our cruise. We're going to set that there. We're going to go to our flight plan page and make sure that our altitudes are entered in. We have altitudes, and we are good to go. So let's hop up here to Docker. And we are good to go on the MCDU. So that's a program of the MCDU. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Fuel quantity is already checked. Remove fuel tank. We don't need to worry about removing fuel tank. Fuel pump engine 1 left L1 on. So it's on C. So L1. Here we go. L2, R1, R2. So we're gonna get those fuel pumps on. Turn barrel button, meter departure. So we're gonna go ahead and check our weather here, and we're gonna go to X Enviro for that, and we're going to then go into the weather briefing. We're gonna hit refresh, and it's gonna bring us LAX at the top there. And altimeter is going to be 29903. Let's go and close out of that. We're going to set that to HPA, and we're going to do 29903. So there we go. Pretty easy. And so far, some of these buttons do have a rotation, which I love. I love the scroll wheel. It's just easier for me, like there. So let's go and set that to 1000. We're going to set this to our cruise altitude of 360. Alright, and then we're going to set our heading bug to runway heading. So runway heading is it's roughly about 2.5, 2.59, 2.58 or something like that. I can't exactly remember, but we'll figure that out once we get to the runway, and we'll adjust it as needed. We're going to set that to 10, and we are good to go on the MCP. So altitude set to cruise level, check, and all passengers are on board. Remove all ground equipment, make sure that all doors are closed, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's go to plugins. We're going to go over to Let's actually go up here and actually just turn them off first. We're going to turn off the ground power unit. We're going to go then to ground handling, and we will go to control panel. We're going to go ahead and minus the GPU, and we're going to go and hide it, and we are basically good to go. We're going to wait for the IRS in a line 3 minutes. I think it's already aligned. It looks like everything's aligned up pretty well, so I don't think we need to worry about that. Anyways, let's go and continue on. So, PAX welcome announcement, we're not going to worry about that. Let's go on ahead and get our seatbelt signs on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt.
I should do that.
If you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the
Alright,
seat.
so we need doors or arms. We need to find a way wherever the arm doors are. I don't know exactly what it's at, and that is what we're going to find here. Okay, I couldn't find the button, but we're not going to worry about it right now. I think it just means like if all doors are closed and whatnot. Let's go and get the, whoops, not the strobe actually. We're going to get that onto auto. There we go. We're going to get
Before
the beacon
start
on.
checklist completed.
Okay, thank you. And make sure we get everything here. So external lights, wing lights are not be coming on. We'd even start the pushback. However, we are going to be getting ready for the pushback though. So call pushback / towing. Please confirm clear. Park brake off, park brake release, pushing out the aircraft, park brake on, park brake set, and then start the engines. That's pretty simple. Other than that, we have the aircraft ready to go, and I think something is calling, or someone is calling to the cabin, but I don't know how to pick it up. But for the most part, we should be fine. So we are going to get the pushback going. I don't know if better pushback works for this, so we're not going to try it just yet. But we will, we'll go ahead and use the built-in pushback and towing system. So we'll go and call pushback and towing. And I don't know how to use this one, so we'll figure it out. I don't know what that means. So we'll figure it out. Okay, I think I found out how to do it. Basically, we have to go down here and use this.
Ground to cockpit.
Yep, there
Tow
we
is
go.
connected. Awaiting your instructions.
ATC clearance for push and start. Please confirm. All ground equipment and services clear.
Ground equipment and jetty clear. Doors closed and steering pan in position. Set park brake to release, please.
Brakes released. Clear to push.
Copy.
Okay.
Brakes off. Clear to push. Push
There
back
we go.
starting. You may start engine, sir.
Alright, so that's how we do the pushback there. That's pretty cool. I actually like that. How do we start the pushback though? I think we go... Oh, no, that's forward. We
Pushback
gotta
complete. Please set park brake to on.
go. We're not complete. Okay, it's a little bit weird. Okay, there we go. Just had to straighten it up. For the most part, it's pretty nice though. Let's go ahead and start our
Starting engine 2.
number 2. And engine number 2 will come alive. Okay, we'll stop it right there. We'll go ahead and set our park brake.
Park brake on.
Brakes set. You may disconnect the tow.
Bypass pan have been removed. Tow is disconnected. Have a good flight, sir.
Okay, there we go. We're gonna start
Starting engine
number
1.
And they are getting out of here. There we go. They are gone. Taxiway is ours, and we're going to set
Flaps
flaps
1.
2.
Flaps 2.
Alright, looks like everything is working. Alright, let's go and continue through our checklist. Flight controls, checklist, test joystick and rudder. We'll go and go full left, check. Go full right, check. Alright, everything seems to be working fine. We'll go ahead and continue on with everything. Let's go up here and we'll go in to get the APU bleed off. I'm going to turn off the APU master switch now that we're on generator power. So we are all good there. Flight controls are checked before takeoff checklist. We'll clear to taxi, external lights and nose taxi. Let's go ahead and get our nose lights onto taxi. And our external lights, runway turn off will be set to on. Let's go and release
Park brake off.
And let's go and head on down. Approaching our runway here, 25 right as published, and we're going to get ready to head on out of here. We're going to head on to the runway. We're going to go and get our strobe lights on. We'll get our landing lights on here in a bit. We're going to set our nose lights to taxi. We forgot to set our nav and logo light on, but that's alright. Wing light will come on as well as we're entering the runway. Let's go ahead and get our landing lights on now. Alright, we're entering the runway. Alright, let's go ahead and get our XP Realistic Pro running here. I'm gonna set it to the 733 setting, which I basically made for like every single plane, all the planes that I fly. Alright, we'll go and hold here. We'll make sure everything's good. We've got takeoff configuration. We reset our flaps to 1 instead of 2, as that's what the computer has generated for us. So we're going to see if the computer in this is actually pretty good or not. We're going to set our squawk here, because why not? Might as well get in the habit of it, right? Alright, let's go and hit chrono, and we're going to start easing forward. We're going to set our takeoff to flex, or excuse me, toga.
On runway 25.
Power set.
So far, the taxiing on the ground actually feels really, really good. It feels really good.
$100 knots.
Check.
V1.
Rotate.
Nice and easy, I love it.
Positive climb.
Gear coming up.
Gear up.
This plane comes up really nice off the ground. Absolutely love it. Feels really, really good. Our speed is decreasing. Let's go and pitch that nose down. Go and bring it back to climb. It's actually right there is climb. Go and bring our nose down. Alright, we'll go and set autopilot.
Autopilot 1, cross-check.
It's gonna kind of make a little weird move here. As per every plane usually does this, so it's alright. I'm not really freaked out about it. You can see we're still gaining altitude. We're going to start bringing our flaps up. Alright, let's see how this baby climbs. Let's see if it compares up to the Flight Factor 757. Okay, so jumps over 250 a little bit, but that's alright.
Need to
Doesn't
check,
do too
sir,
bad.
if everything is okay with the lights.
Everything's okay with the lights. Everything's okay with the lights. I think it's because I don't have the dome light on. He's probably kind of frustrated about that, but that's alright. Yeah, everything looks good to me. Or maybe it's just because of the floodlight, but that's alright. Other than that, this plane flies really, really nice. Do we have Monarch and do we have Monarch seats? We do. Boy. That's alright though. Alright, we got the cool pink engines and the winglet on the window views, and now that we're climbing up through, probably about like near 10,000, so it's actually ready to get our lights off. Yeah, 8,400, so we'll wait a little bit. Other than that, I'll get some cinematic shots for you guys.
Call it magic. Call it true. I call it magic when I'm with you. And I just got broken into two. Still I call it magic when I'm next to you. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't. No, I don't, it's true. I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't want anybody else but you. I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't. No, I don't, it's true. I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't want anybody else but you. Call it magic. Cut me into two. And with all your magic, I disappear from view. And I can't get over, can't get over you. Still I call it magic. You're such a precious jewel. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't. No, I don't, it's true. I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't want anybody else but you. I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't. No, I don't, it's true. I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't want anybody else but you.
Alright, as you guys can see, we have started our descent. We just started a descent a little while ago, and just now coming down into San Francisco on the Surfer 2 arrival. It's about to cross over Surfer. Right now we're descending for 20,000 at nearly. We are currently 30 miles out from hitting that descent point, and so far speed's doing pretty good. We're just trying to slow the plane down to 270 to keep our descent nice and tight to the approach, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty nice out, nice and clear as usual over in the San Francisco and usually Los Angeles area. Usually it's fairly clear. Sometimes you get some clouds, but other than that, it's looking very, very nice on our approach into San Francisco. And as you guys probably see by the cinematics, it's very, very nice. A little bit of fog down there, but that's all right. usually that won't affect us if it's not really too bad. But we'll see what the weather's like in San Francisco. Pick up the weather. Alright, we're just now checking in, coming in down through 9,000 feet for 6,000 at Eddy. We're going to be, so we're already starting to slow our speed down to 250 knots, and we're
Need
just
to
about to
check
be at
them.
about 12.
If everything is okay with the light.
And we're just going to ignore him. We're going to go and get ready and get our lights on here, so just ignore him now that we're under 10,000 feet as well.
Approach
Get all of our lights
checklist
on.
completed.
Okay, looks like that made him happy, so we're going to go ahead and get our ILS frequency set up, and then we're going to go, or our ILS set up, and just going to do that by going down here to the FMC. We're going to go to radio and nav page, and it should already be set up. You have 284 at 111.7 for the localizer, so that's already set up for us, so that's good. And head back onto the performance page, and we'll watch the watch our distance there. We're going to be down at 10,000 feet and to Eddy, and we're already starting to slow down. We're going to have to slow down for 240. So they want us to cross Eddy at 240, and then we're going to set that about 900. Alright, we're going to intercept the localizer at Seppen. So when we go to Seppen is going to be estimated to be around, I believe, about 3,000. Yeah, so Seppen is confirmed at 3,000, so we're going to then be descending for Seppen here. So go and start setting up for Seppen. That way we have a lot of descent time, so we're going to be at 2.1. We're going to be down to 3,021 nautical miles, so it's actually pretty good. That's about, Seppen's a little bit further away, but that's alright. Should be, it's actually perfect descent time there. And we'll start bringing our speed back gradually as we make ourselves, or get ourselves closer. We already got the bay in sight, so we're going to go ahead and start slowing the aircraft down. Get ready to knock down our first notch of flaps. Go and pull a little bit of speed brake here to help slow us down. And all of our lights are good to go. And as always, we're going to be landing the aircraft by hand, so no auto land. We will be using autopilot to catch the ILS and get us on the glide slope and whatnot, and the localizer. We have ILS enabled there. We're going to go and set first notch of flaps. Got a nice view out of the windows here of San Francisco. And as I was saying earlier in the last stream, since I increased the quality level of my textures in Sim, Zoom level 18 looks really, really good, like really crispy textures for it. Like, it is really solid texturing. Now that I turned up my ground textures in the Sim, which I thought I had already had at max, but apparently not. So we're going to go ahead and set heading mode in. And we're going to remain on heading mode for now, and then again we're going to intercept at Seppen, and we'll see how the localizer alignment is on this plane. See how good and see how responsive the controls are when setting up on the ILS. Alright, we're going to start slowing down some more. And we'll go and get some nice cinematic views for those of you that want to see the scenery of San Francisco.
Long landing. 9,000
Alright.
feet.
Wheels are down, reverse is coming out. Actually, wasn't too bad. Our auto brakes should be set to max for us. Well, not max, but medium, and they are not set. Alright, we're going to release brake or release reversers, and we'll turn off on this high speed here. Apparently, we didn't set our auto brakes. Oh well, they would have functioned. That's alright though. That is A-okay. There is our first landing in the Airbus A330.
Nice landing, sir.
So 169 feet per minute and 1.4 Gs on the landing.
one.
Not bad
Flaps
at all.
zero.
For the very first landing ever in this aircraft. We're going to go ahead and bring those forward there. We're going to go ahead and get turned off right up here.
10 right.